Hey guys, how's it going? Well, today's lesson is going to be on weather. We're going to be discussing weather maps, high pressure, low pressure systems, the what causes hurricanes, and other storms like that. So before we get started on how everything works, let's go into the symbols you will see on a weather map. First is the warm front. It's the one that looks like a line and it has little red half circles alongside one side of that line. Right? So that is the warm front. You can remember that the half circles are the warm front because it looks like little half suns on the line. Next up is the cold front. That's the one that has the little blue triangles on the line. You can remember this one is the cold front because the little triangles look like icicles. So you can remember icicles are cold, you'll be good to go there. Up next is the stationary front. That is where you have a warm front and a cold front that kind of move in on each other, and neither has enough power to push the other one away. So it just stays where it is for the time being. It's stationary. And the last front weather symbol that we're going to be going over today is the occluded front. We're not really going to talk about it too much. It's purple if you see it on a real weather map. And basically that's where the cold air mass from the cold front meets the cool air that was in front of a warm front. And as the warm air rises, they come together and they normally form around areas of low pressure, which we will get into in just a second. The symbol for low pressure is normally a red L, and you may see arrows going around it counterclockwise. Low pressure means lousy weather. All right, that's where you will get your big thunderstorms. It's bad weather. Now, high pressure is an H, and it goes clockwise. High pressure, happy weather. All right, so high pressure is good weather. The sun's shining, everyone's outside playing around. Low pressure, lousy weather. High pressure, happy weather. And remember that air moves from high pressure to low pressure. And that is one of the things that helps cause wind. So to show how these symbols work on a weather map, it's like this. So I marked Del Rio down there on our map. Now, say we're going to have a cold front coming in the next 24 hours. So what the weather map would look like is, depending on which direction the cold front's coming from, let's say from the northwest, it would be like that, an arc with the icicle triangles pointing to the direction that the cold front is moving. It is not cold here yet. It won't be cold until after the cold front passes through. Instead, what's happening is we are probably going to be getting some pretty bad storms and lightning coming through right before we get that cold front. Cold fronts generally bring lightning and thunder and other bad weather. Now, let's say over here in Kentucky, Bowling Green is going to have a warm front come through. So it's going to be the half arc with the half circles that look like little suns attached to it. I drew that too far away. It should be a little bit closer. Now, in front of a warm front, you're still going to get some light rain, maybe some showers. Nothing too bad. It's nice and mild. But again, Kentucky is not going to be warm until after the warm front rolls through. Moving on to cover just one more bit about the low pressure and the high pressure systems. So we talked about low pressure is lousy weather. So right now over Idaho, that's right there, they're having probably lots of really bad storms. They may be having some tornadoes over there because it is, again, a low pressure system. Down here in Texas, where we have our high pressure system, we are having excellent weather. The sun is shining. Everyone's heading down to, I guess, Galveston Beach to go hang out. Good times all around. Next up is the topic of hurricanes. Y'all know what these are. They are the massive tropical storms that do a whole bunch of damage to countries and cities along the warmer sides of the coast. There are 4 conditions that hurricanes need to meet in order to form. The first is the low air pressure. Next, there has to be warm water and air temperatures. In fact, the water has to be over 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius, right? It has to be higher than that in order for there to be a hurricane to form. Third, you are going to need the moist ocean air. And then fourth, you need those tropical winds that are from near the equator. Our hurricane season is normally from June through November, and that, you may notice, is one of the hottest times of the year because you need that warm air and that warm water in order for a hurricane to form. Once it starts to move over land and it becomes less moist and the temperature cools off, that's what causes a hurricane to die. So that's the basics and the review for weather maps, weather symbols, and hurricanes. Just to recap, if it is like an arc and it has the little half circles, that is a warm front. It is going, where it is pointing is where it is going to get warm. Before it gets warm, it's going to have light showers, maybe light snow, everything's mild. For a cold front, again, that was the arc, with now it's the triangles that look like icicles. That's preceded by thunderstorms, nasty weather, and then it will get cold. Again, it's not cold until it passes through. A stationary front is when neither the warm front nor the cold front is strong enough to move the other, so it just stays in one place. High pressure, happy weather. Low pressure, lousy weather. And then hurricanes, you need warm water, warm air, low pressure system, moist air, and those tropical winds from the equator. I hope this helps out, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.